Precisely this Friday, the climate summit in Brazil came to an end. This event, which preceded COP30, will serve as a guide for the negotiators who will be meeting starting next week. Once again, the Global South made its presence felt in speeches calling for a more just world. Details in the following report by our colleagues André Vieira and Sebastián Soto.
La principal selva tropical del mundo
The world's largest rainforest is the epicenter of debates on how to confront the climate crisis in the coming days. Anadina, a cleaning assistant at COP30, is one of the nearly 50 million people who live in the Amazon.
The Amazon needs to live. The Amazon needs to breathe. That is what I think. I hope everything goes well at this COP.
Las negociaciones de la COP30 comenzarán
COP30 negotiations will officially begin next Monday, but the Climate Summit, a precursor to the conference that brings together representatives from more than 140 countries in Belém do Pará, has already resulted in a first concrete action, the creation of the Rainforests Forever Fund.
It is a global financing architecture to protect the tropical forests of more than 70 countries around the world, which will begin operating at COP30 with the contribution of resources.
En la clausura de la cumbre del clima,
At the closing of the climate summit, countries in the global south once again raised their voices to denounce the actions of an economic system that destroys humanity and nature.
Un imperialismo voraz y hambriento de petróleo y recursos.
A voracious imperialism hungry for oil and resources, which instead of correcting itself to curb climate change has become more ferocious and inhumane. This imperialism does not send vessels to the Caribbean to help repair the damage caused by climate change, but to threaten, besiege, and plunder the natural resources of our sovereign nations, as is the case in Venezuela.
De nuestras naciones soberanas, como el caso de Venezuela.
Este viernes estuvo marcado por el debate de
This Friday was marked by the debate on the energy transition. For it to be effective, a change in priorities is needed from the richest countries, and support for the poorest nations.
Spending twice as much on weapons as we do on climate action is paving the way toward climate apocalypse. It is essential to combat all forms of energy poverty.
É fundamental.
Reforçamos igualmente.
We are also strengthening our efforts in the area of renewable energies, especially solar energy, to reduce our dependence on fossil fuels. Your Excellencies, these national efforts require predictable and fair financial support.
Según la Agencia Internacional de Energía,
according to the International Energy Agency, fossil fuels still account for 81.5% of primary energy. In this context, 2 billion people do not have adequate fuel for cooking, and 200 million children attend schools without energy. COP30 should both advance the energy transition and democratize access to this resource.
André Vieira y Sebastián Soto, teleSUR.